Checking in from the road. Just waiting for the sun to come up. The rain to stop. Well, it's gonna stop. Glad to be here. So very glad to be here. Max, what's that? Empty. It's empty. What? Did you smoke all my cigarettes last night while I wasn't looking? Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in from Miles City, Montana. Beautiful little town. Full of casinos and stuff like that. Got the Flying J. There's just a pilot. Pilot, Flying J, same stuff. Good morning, Condensed Reality. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, it's been slow progress on the tweak trek. Just paddling my way, crawling my way to the west coast. But I wanted to do a little live stream on it. Figure out exactly how I want to tackle the rest of this day. Well, the whole rest of the day. It's just beginning. I think it's like 7 a.m. here. So yeah, yesterday was an interesting day, a very educational day. So I did a little pump live stream update at the end of the day yesterday. My nose. All right. So we started out in Minot, North Dakota yesterday morning. It was a beautiful day for the most part. Very windy through North Dakota and Montana. So when What's the Matter You wakes up in 7 hours from now, his plan was to move out to Montana. I hope he likes it breezy. So I think every time I've been through Montana, it's like the wind never stops. It's actually not bad here, but we're kind of in not exactly a valley. Justin Garza has arrived at the into the boardroom. We can now commence this meeting of the Larata Corporation. Good to see you, Justin. So yeah, the sun is just, well, it's very gray and dark out here. It looks just, the trucking buddies here. The pilot is under construction. They're just ripping apart everything here. It's renovating the travel plaza inside. But yeah, as I was going down the road yesterday, I was making some fairly decent progress through the morning and early afternoon. Stopped for lunch in Savage, Montana, where I was enjoying bits and pieces of the Smurfwatch Transparency shit show or whatever was going on there. I see the Voodoo Piggies were really all the rage yesterday. Good morning, Tanya. Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about. Enjoying every second. I had to remind myself I need to tone the tweak down. Just the personal tweak, not the public tweak. So I've been kind of tweaking out of here. So yeah, kind of interesting story. So So yesterday, leaving Minot, made good progress to Savage. Had a nice little lunch there. Little rest break. Is literally nothing there, just a gas station. So then then started cruise from there, and the old tweak rig here, engine started acting up. It was hesitating again, and I had that problem. Seemed Monday evening when I was making my way through northern North Dakota. And I thought, well, I'm just running out of fuel. I misjudged what my fuel economy is going to be in this thing. So my range on a tank of gas is just around 20 gallons per fill, which is like 70, 75-ish, 80 liters for those who use real units of measurement. I'm getting about a range of anywhere from 100 to 140 miles, which is like 160 kilometers or so. And then with mountain driving and pushing a wind, that can change. So I'm figuring, like I thought I'd be getting better than the fuel economy I'm getting. But it's about 7 miles to the gallon is the average, not including idling time or running time and stuff. But if I'm on the highway, it's about 7 miles to the gallon. So not great. But then as I was climbing in altitude, this thing has an old carburetor in it. The air fuel mixture needs to compensate, and it doesn't have an automatic air fuel ratio adjustment like your computerized vehicles do. I am from southern Manitoba, currently sitting in a truck stop in Montana, Miles City, Montana. David, to answer your question, welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, this thing just started running like a pig, and I was getting a little worried, like maybe there's something really wrong. It was backfiring. It's like, it just seems like it's a fuel problem, and I think it's a carburetor problem because of the change in altitude, just the steady change in altitude. Because it'll run fine, it's intermittent, but then when I start climbing a big pull, it just starts bogging down, backfiring and sputtering and hesitating and surging. So I got some advice online, decided to take it to a mechanic shop in what's the place? Glendive. Where's my thing? It is Glendive, Montana. Oh, I gotta show you the thing I got there. This special thing they made. Too disorganized here. It's gotta be here. Well, anyways, it's one of these, but it has their company name on it. Remember we were talking about matches yesterday, and nobody gives out matches? Well, they were giving out lighters. What do I run? I've run everything, but I am a retired truck driver, or rather I've relinquished my right and desire to pull any kind of loads. I'm sitting in my 1977 Winnebago Dodge 1-ton camper right now, making my way to the Pacific Northwest of America, and then making my way back up to Canada into British Columbia. So that's my thing, Maximo. But I've run pretty much every kind of configuration of truck imaginable: flat deck, reefer van, car haulers, hauled hay, hauled super bees, wood chips, livestock trailers. I'm trying to think of gravel trucks, dump trucks, side dump, rear dump. I've kind of, there's only a few, like I haven't really hauled tankers. I was trying to get on with a fuel hauler, but that never worked out. We've pretty much done most stuff. Some heavy equipment. But yeah, I've kind of seen it all. Yes, the adventure. Back to the adventure. So I don't mind getting sidetracked because it's all part of the adventure. It's all part of living in the moment. And so yeah, we were struggling with keeping up with traffic. So I went into Glendive, or I was in Glendive, fueled up at the Flying J in Glendive. Because my strategy, because of the fuel economy here, I pretty much just top up the tank every opportunity. Like there's only out here in the Great Plains of the northern states here, the exits and fuel stops are few and far in between. So plus I do have a 5-gallon jug of fuel in storage in case I do accidentally run out. But that's my strategy. Just keep fueling up every chance I get. So yeah, I took off from Flying J with a full tank of gasoline, the 10% ethanol, the 87 octane, the $2.90 a gallon, the good stuff. Which this truck probably hates. Never really thought of that. I don't know what this truck thinks of the ethanol. What do you think, truck? Ethanol, thumbs up or thumbs down? I'm giving it a thumbs down. Ethanol is a literal scam. We can talk about that if you want, but literal scam. Yeah, I want leaded gas for sure. So I can't seem to find any out here, but if I do find some, I'm gonna load up. So yeah, took off from Glendive, and it's just a steady altitude climb from Glendive as I make my way towards Billings. And Glendive to Billings was about 230 miles. I'm like, oh, or 218 miles or something like that. And the thing just started sputtering and backfiring and farting the whole way. So I turned around and went back to Glendive and looked up the mechanics there at RZ Auto Repair or something. So they tuned up the, ooh, Max, look, rabbit. Max, you want to go chase a rabbit? There's a little rabbit right there. Rabbit, see a rabbit. Oh. Rabbit wants to go see what the livestock hauler is doing there, what he's hauling. There's a loud load of cattle left here yesterday, just bellowing like, "Rawr!" So the guys at RZ tuned me up, got me on my way, but at least I kind of saw how this car works. I'm not too familiar with the carbureted systems. I haven't seen one in years. I mean, as of late, I've got the fancy scan tool to plug into your OBD2 port, and you're looking at sensors and see what the computer thinks, and this thing doesn't even have an OBD port to plug into. And so troubleshooting these old-timey infernal combustion engines, it's like I haven't done it in years. Like, nobody brings this stuff in to work on, and I'm not really working on these kind of vehicles. Maybe small engines, but Those are really simple little carbs. I guess these are just simple big carbs. But anyways, this is a thermoquad carburetor on this tub. Good morning, 75%. Earplugs are a must. Sleeping at the, I've done it for years, so I actually slept pretty sound. There's a McDonald's right behind me. The lights blaring. There's a charging station here. This is hilarious. Electric charging station. Look at all those charging ports. Not a single vehicle has come in to charge up. It's like, what, you Americans don't like the electric vehicles? You're like us Canadians? You think they're garbage? Is that the thing or what? Not a single vehicle has pulled in since I got here last night. But look, the McDonald's drive-thru, I don't know if you can see. McDonald's drive-thru, look at all those people on the infernal combustion engine vehicles there. So yeah, I kind of figured out what to do to adjust the carb. So I took off from the mechanic shop after paying him. It wasn't an ungodly sum of money, but it's sort of like I think they charged me $65 to educate me on what I needed to do going forward. So I headed on the road again. It was running great, but then steady climb is like, all right, still not enough. I gotta turn that screw in, let more air, like there's less oxygen the higher you climb. And for those mechanics and chemists out there, stoichiometrically, your infernal combustion engine needs, I think, a 13.6 to 1 air to fuel ratio. Specifically, I guess, oxygen to fuel ratio. And the thinner the oxygen gets, on this vehicle anyway, it's starving for air, so it was just running super rich. So we leaned out the fuel air ratio mixture. It's kind of redundant. In Glendive, but it wasn't enough, so I kind of pulled over the side of the road, went under the doghouse here, and this thing, here, I'll show you. It's this doghouse here. So the carburetor lives under here, so it's right below there. But it's these seats are just so tight in here, so it's always a struggle. Say hi, Max. Max, say good morning to everybody. Oh, maybe he spotted the rabbit. He's focused on something. See rabbit? Went on a road trip to Colorado in '99 at 85 Blazer. Same problem now. Return the air filter top upside down. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Get a little more airflow. So yeah, you need a 13.6 to 1 air to fuel or oxygen to fuel. Otherwise, the thing is not running right. So pulled off into an exit, gave it another 3/4 turn with this tool. That's all you need. This is what saves the day. Just screw and give it a 3/4 turn, and head back out. It's like, okay, running like a top again. But again, it's just steady climbing as I push my way west here. And so by the time I got to Miles City here, it's like it needed to be adjusted again. So I'm like, you know what? It was getting dark already. I'm just shutting down here for the night. We'll regroup in the morning. And so I think I've come up with a solution. I don't know how easy it's going to be. And for those of you that are familiar with small engines or toolage in general. I've worked on like Honda quads. Good morning, Mr. Osgood. How you doing? Tim, welcome in. Remember what you promised me today. Tim Hugs. Remind me. Where am I headed west to? Well, destination Oregon. You can ask Mr. Osgood where I'm heading to. We're actually supposed to do a little meetup here. So wherever is so I'm sidetracked on my story again. It's not a problem. So from here I'm going to Billings, and then I'm making my way to Boise, and then from Boise into Oregon, and then kind of zigzag my way up through Washington State and end up in Vancouver, British Columbia. Head over to Vancouver Island, where I've got some friends and family to meet up with. I got family in Vancouver as well. And then I'll be zigzagging my way back through BC, stopping through Calgary, Alberta, on my way back home to Grunthal. And I just kind of had the idea I might end up, yeah, I'm in an RV. I might leave this out west and just rent a car and take it home, and then bring the truck back to wherever this ends up being parked. So that, we'll see. I'll have to deal with Max. I don't think rental companies are big on pets. So if Max has a place that I can stay, not retired, just a little retarded. I'm not independently wealthy by any means, but I know how to live cheap. But so far this hasn't been overly cheap. But they didn't charge me anything to stay in the truck stop. So for all you van lifers and stealth campers, like just go find a truck stop, park overnight there. I guess you got to keep moving. If you're staying in one spot and you're relying on Whole Foods or Walmart, yeah, you're gonna wear out your welcome pretty quick. But for one-off stands, one night stands, one night stays, you just find yourself a busy truck stop, park in the parking lot. Nobody's gonna say anything to you. So I think the solution, getting back to it, is Honda and probably others made a little finger adjustment that's on like a telescoping cable that adjusts your, I forget if it was your idle mixture or your air fuel mixture. And I've seen this on quads and bikes, where you don't have to go in there with the little thing. It's part of the carb as well. And I'm gonna see if I can get one of those long telescoping flexible cable screwdrivers with a flat head end, and I'm gonna try to lash it somehow to that fuel mixture screw, and then have it poke up somewhere in the dash. I'll mount it so you can actually manually adjust it as you're driving. Like, it should work. It's hillbilly engineering, but it's doable, because pulling this doghouse off every time you need to adjust it, and you got to pull the air cleaner off, and it's just a pain. So I think there's a way that I could rig something up to have a dash mounted adjustment, and I could just thin it out, or richen it, lean it as I need to as I go. So I think that'd be super cool if I could pull that off. So I think there's an O'Reilly's down the road. I'll go check them out. I don't know if they carry a good selection of hand tools. I don't know. I've never been to O'Reilly's or anything. They don't have much for tools at the truck stop here, and I don't know what hardware stores. I could go wandering around town, I guess. But I'm going to see if I can get that set up today, just because it's a pain having to stop and adjust, because the elevations are changing fairly quickly where I'm at here. It's pretty cool in here. Harbor Freight. Yeah, I don't know if there's a Harbor Freight in town. So I'll ask around, or I'll look, see if there's a Harbor Freight here on my map app. But I think it's doable. That'll save me some grief. I mean, if I gotta adjust it every 10 miles, I guess I'll do that. But that just sounds horrifying. Or it'll take me weeks just to get to Boise at that rate. So yeah, I'm taking this morning just to kind of regroup and get set up for. Man, it just suddenly got chilly in here. All right, I'll let you hear how the old pig is running. Get some heat on it. So it's running a little, it's not that smooth at idle right now because I overcompensated on the on the air fuel for the highway. That's what I'm concerned about. So it's not tuned for just your everyday driving. I'm trying to keep it so it'll perform on the highway speeds. But yeah, let's get some heat on in here. But then getting back to Tanya's comment, is, yeah, just enjoy yourself, live in the moment. And I kind of had to stop myself this morning because I was up a little before 6. I got a good night's rest. Last night was an early night, so I was asleep by 10 o'clock. And I kind of had to break this pattern, like those truck driver habits, they die hard. Like, it's different when you're on a schedule hauling freight and it's like you gotta go, like it's time to go. So you get up, get your coffee, scribble in your lie book or log book, and start making miles. And I kind of am still stuck in that mindset where it's like I gotta go, I gotta be in the West Coast, I gotta get out there. And it's like, well, wait a minute, like that's not what this is. This isn't. I'm not hauling freight for somebody. I'm just hauling my dog around in my 1977 camper here. Max is not in any rush to get anywhere, are you, buddy? He doesn't look particularly rushed to me, so yeah, I was sort of like, oh, I gotta go take a shower, I gotta go, I got laundry to do, but I gotta go, I gotta make some miles. And it's like, and I wasn't looking forward to the day. It's like, and so I had to stop myself. I was like, just stop. Make yourself a good cup of coffee, which I did. So I slowed down. I kind of tidied up the clutter. It's still cluttered back there, but I kind of reorganized. Filled my water jug, made my coffee, took a few deep breaths. Slowed down. Ace Hardware. Okay, yeah, I think I was looking on the map around town, and yeah, there's some good shops around here, so I'll poke around town. But I had to like Brent, stop yourself. It's like, this is about living in the moment, not you got to be somewhere. And it's like, I was thinking back, the whole anticipation of this trip, the whole excitement of it, the preparation, like that was almost more exciting than the trip itself at this point. And it's like, no, we got to make the trip enjoyable and exciting. So I just slowed down, made myself, you know, the coffee. Happiness is a cup of coffee and a good smoke. It's not a cup of tea and a good book, so no matter what anybody tells you. And so it's like, okay, let's just regroup. Let's put our clothes together so we go take a shower, plan out our day. Let's just make this an enjoyable day. If I have to take the morning or however long to get on the road and running properly, that's what it takes. Let's not lose our minds. Let's not lose our minds here and tweak out and just end up like a puddle on the floor, having to go to my emotional support chat just to manage my way through the day. So that was kind of a, not a wholesale shift in mindset, but just I had to reset myself for today. So fortunately, Max won't complain about a slow morning. He doesn't complain about nothing. He's too good to me. You're too good for me, Max. He doesn't bark when he's hungry. He just looks at me. He's like, you know what I need. And so, right, buddy. So that was that. So I kind of just approaching the day a little differently than just in panic mode or chaos mode. It's like let's eliminate the chaos a little bit. And so I don't know if you guys saw in the thumbnail, but you know, you just notice things around you. And so I noticed that dude up at the top of the hill, I don't know if you can see him. Some dude just decided to ride his horse up there and hold an American flag up over the truck stop. But that I think that's cool about America. You guys put all these little monuments and statues, and we don't do that kind of stuff in Canada. So I don't know what the significance of the guy on the horse is, but there's some dude up on a horse there. So you see all kinds of neat little. It's like you're decorating your whole country with these knickknacks and stuff you put, decorating your living space there. So I think that's pretty wild. The other thing I'm finding pretty wild is, my goodness, the prices of everything. I know it's a convenience store and a truck stop, but it's like the drinks and chips and like I'm not looking for that stuff, but just looking at the prices, like everything it's as expensive or more as what in Canada. So it's like your inflation is, I can't complain about the inflation in Canada now because your prices are just whacked out here as well. I don't even want to go to Whole Foods and see what a head of lettuce costs. It's $17 or something. Crazy. And I'm paying in American dollars, so it's dollar for dollar. If this coffee is a cup of coffee is $2.50, well, that's what I pay back home. And to me, a coffee should be 99 cents. Like it just doesn't make sense. $2.50. That's egregious. But I'm paying the exchange on that in American dollars. So it's like that $2.50 converted to Canadian, that's like $9 Canadian or something. Like shit. My very first stop was in the gas track at Pembina, North Dakota, when I crossed the border. And I went in there, and back in the old days, they took Canadian at par, so whatever the Canadian rate was. And I still have some Canadian money in my wallet, and I'm not carrying a lot of cash. I don't like handling American cash; it just feels weird to me. So I'm just doing plastic money with the credit card. But I got 2 taquitos and a cup of coffee. And it came out to some ridiculous amount there in American dollars. And I said, well, do you take Canadian? Oh, well, yeah, I'll have to change price. So it was like $17 Canadian. I'm like, what the? For two little taquitos and a coffee. I'm like, oh my God. That's horrible. So yeah, I'm not thinking about how ridiculous the pricing is. I'm just remarking. It's like the economy is not good. Yeah, gas station convenient tax really getting out of hand. Whole Food. I've never been to Whole Foods. I don't know that I need to. I just eat what I feel I need to eat. So I'm done trying to stress out over putting the most functional and nutritious food in my mouth hole. I just get my energy from whatever is on hand. It's kind of not convenience store food, but I eat conveniently. So I may go get an Egg McMuffin at McRotten Ronnie's here, just because, you know what, egg, biscuit, sausage, ketchup, that'll do me. But even that's probably $19. So. Gandalf is doing well today. Thank you. I've been called Gandalf, Santa, etc., etc. So. But we'll see. We'll see. There's some place around here I can go have a sit-down meal, but it won't be the same as the Red Wing Diner in Grunthal, Manitoba. The best breakfast possibly in North America. I need more coffee, though. So that's my little sermonette pep talk for the day. Wherever you're at, just enjoy your day, live in the moment. It is hump day after all. I don't know what we're gonna hump, but lot lizards. Haven't seen the lot lizards around. I guess they're all sleepy or something. But yeah, just breaking that pattern of that trucker mind is like go go go, and I even back on the farm I had to kind of reset myself on more than one occasion. Let's say often. It's like stop, just enjoy the moment. You know, take your shoes off, touch grass. You know, sit down, enjoy the beautiful day. You know, this is. You're doing this for yourself. You're not doing this for somebody else. Or at least I think that's how I've adjusted my thinking over the years. You're doing this to enjoy your life, not to enrich somebody else's. If you happen to enrich somebody else's life in the process, well, that's a net benefit to everybody. But yeah, that idea of trading your time to make others benefit and you only suffer, it's like I'm done with that. So in that sense, I'm retired. I'm retired from that system. I still work. I still need to generate income. It's just finding new and creative ways, alternative ways to do that. But yeah, I'm not renting my time out to anybody, and it's that employee mindset. I still have that from time to time. It's like, no, I gotta remind myself, you've got these entrepreneurial tendencies. You may as well pursue that. Forget about that employee mindset. Cold in here. Yeah, mentally retired, not working, but still working. So but defining what work is gonna satisfy your needs. hopefully give you some enjoyment. Like work I believe is, I mean, not to turn this into a sermonette, I'm a believer. I believe God created man and created work to give man, in part, a purpose. Greater purpose is to go forth and multiply. Raise fantastic children that'll do incredible things. But work is a necessity. Like, no work and you just stagnate or die, or like there's work is essential. I think that comes from God's plan and desire for man himself. So whether you're a believer in God or not, I mean, I challenge you to come up with a way of living that doesn't involve work of some kind. Just you're not going to move yourself forward in any way. Like, life requires effort. So whether that's built in, it's baked into the cake of how the universe operates, or it's from a creative intellect like God. And I use that term, you can define how you see and understand God, but it's like it's essential. It's part of the human experience. So yeah, rather than have others define what your work needs to be, you define it. That's kind of the change in mindset. And it's ingrained in us from very early age. Obey your parent, obey authority. You're trained to be obedient to the authoritarian system in your life, whether it's school or the job, or all these things are preparing you to be an obedient, subservient, dependent tool of the system. And it's sort of like, that system is for other folks. I've got other plans. Obey and consume, absolutely. So yeah, it's being more mindful, finding ways to not consume so much, finding ways to just look to an alternative to obey. It's like, what if I just ignore? How about this directive you need me to obey? I just disregard that whole situation, and I'm just going to do my own thing over here. And it has nothing to do with you. It's none of your business. Because that obey thing over there, that's none of my business. I'm not interested. Just, you go find other people to obey. I'm gonna just exist over here in this other little tweak world that I've created for myself. So you can tweak over there with your consume and obey. I'm gonna do my shit over here. So that's my shit show. So yeah, not much to report as far as the Tiny Coin project, which is seeking out the people doing the alternative lifestyle with tiny home living, off-grid solar, alternative energy generation, regenerative farming. I don't really know anybody in the States. There's a couple of YouTubers I was thinking of collaborating with, or seeing if they would want to do an interview. I haven't reached out to anybody yet, but there's people in Canada that are doing what I know I'm describing with that Tiny Coin project, which is a pump.fun shitcoin crypto scam currency something or other. So we're trying to pump that, and the live stream content pump.fun is trying to reflect that concept, that project. But yeah, I was kind of thinking, maybe I'll just run into people randomly. And I did share on Pump yesterday that as I was going through the eastern part of Montana, I did pass by some interesting looking homesteads. One guy had a little tweak shed it was half in the ground, and then maybe 4 feet of a stub wall sticking out of the ground. And it was, I don't know, from the looks of it, maybe 12 feet by 16 to 20 feet. Just a little tiny structure. Little windows, sticking out on the 4-foot walls. And it reminded me of the Saudi houses that Ukrainian and German settlers made back home on the Canadian prairies. They had no housing, so they would just dig a pit in the ground, square it off by hand, and make walls out of sod. It was just clumps of grass and mud, the mud still attached to the roots of the grass. Just make these stack walls, and then some kind of thatched roof, or clay covered thatch or something, and they just live in that little tweak house, a little hobbit house kind of thing. And so that guy had the same concept, using the earth's heat retention capabilities to cool his house in the summer and heat it or keep it warmer in the winter. And on the same property, so they had some solar arrays set up, and then there was a larger structure. It looked like it was like a handmade, I forget if it was a log house, but it was like, you could tell it was a homemade house made with like stuff he had milled himself. So it was right on the highway. Like, I could have maybe stopped in and say, "Hey, show me around your tweak house here." People like that, I mean, you don't just barge in and say, "I'm here to put you on the internet. You ready for your interview?" Some might. I find Americans are kind of open to that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's like there's people doing stuff out here. They're all around, and so that's one I just noticed right from the highway. It was not the interstate; it was Montana County Road or something, state highway. But even that, like yesterday, as soon as I crossed from North Dakota into Montana, there was road construction and delays. And it's like in the past, it's like, this is slowing me down. Or, why are we stopped? Why are we only doing 25 mile an hour? But yesterday was like, yeah, whatever. Let's slow down. Let's stop. Look around. Like, we're not in any rush. You guys do your road work. You're not delaying me in any way. Yeah, help us have better roads to drive on. There was road marking, painting crews out. They were slowing traffic down like for miles. It's like, whatever. Well, I have no place to get to in particular, so I'll get there when I get there. So I got here when I got here in Miles City. So yeah, when you're not following a schedule, it kind of changes your perspective. But yeah, if there is any kind of schedule, I did want it to be in the Pacific Northwest area, like Oregon specifically, by the weekend. And it looks like I should make Boise today. But there's a lot of elevation changes between here and Boise, so it's pretty high, and not a direct route to get there either. So I don't want to take interstate. I was hoping to get through Yellowstone Park, but we'll see. I was looking on the map, trying to plot a route. There's no direct route, so there's a little bit of zigzagging and mountain climbing, which will be fine as far as sightseeing. I don't know that I'm gonna sit and hang out in Yellowstone particularly. I mean, just it's not about taking pictures or. I guess I could. I don't know. This is more about meeting people, not looking at pieces of the earth. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. But this morning, I'll shut this down in a few minutes here. Go grab my shower. It was probably gonna cost $30 Canadian by the time I convert it over to my money. And grab my egg McMuffin or whatever I decide on, and then start tracking down these components for my tweak modification for the carburetor adjustment. I think it should work. If it does work, I will actually be impressed with myself. Just looking for how I'm gonna mount this contraption that I'm trying to devise here. So that's that. That is that. Most of the truckies are already vacated their parking spots and they're busy pedaling down the highway. Yes, this upgrade, the mod to the 77. I think let's see. I think it's a Dodge F40 is the model. Yeah, I'll just show you the manufacturer plate here if anybody wants to look up the serial number. So it's a Dodge Fargo Plymouth DeSoto. It's the F40. I was calling it a Dodge 400, but it's not an F-150. It's not an F-100. It's not even an F-50. It's an F-40. I didn't know Dodge made an F-Series. F-Series Dodge trucks. They did it long before Ford even came up with the F-Series. There you go, Justin Garza's. What about the Larata series of trucks? Well, they're coming, don't worry. So we're doing the Larata mods to the Dodge F40. Max is super pumped. Yeah, this will be a fantastic upgrade. There might be some marketing potential in this. I can open up a thermoquad carb modification shop, because I'm sure everybody's driving around with those thermoquad carbs in their. Well, actually, I don't see a lot of vehicles that might have a thermoquad in it. The guys at the shop in Glendive said just swap it out with an aftermarket. I think I might be able to get an aftermarket that has some electronic air fuel ratio capabilities, but I'm not doing that kind of repair on the road here. Drugs is good, but not so much. Pills and potion. Okay. Yo Itchum is living in the moment, and I'm just gonna smoke cigarettes and drink coffee. that's the hardest drugs I'm intending to ingest. It's Dr. Pepper Light. It's sugar-free. I removed the carbonation, filtered it, and ended up with water. Yeah, yesterday I was feeling, my tongue is just feeling, bleh. I don't know if that truck stop coffee just dissolved all my taste buds or something, but I was committed to drinking water all day. So I just was feeling dehydrated and whatnot. But so I was gonna drink water, nothing but water, but I ended up having a couple of coffees toward the end of the day and some Dr. Pepper. No beers. I haven't touched beers in 20 something years. I've drank enough beers for 3 lifetimes or more, so I figured I'm done with that. And I just started smoking again some 3 months ago or something. I'm enjoying the smoking. I like smoking. But I think we'll shut her down here because I've given you the update. We've checked in. I think Justin Garza has taken note of my attendance at this La Rata board meeting, so we'll see what else happens. I haven't been following anything what's going on YouTube. It's just been just a little bit of seeing if Bao is doing anything. He's back in the desktop studio there, so seemed like some excitement surrounding the Voodoo Piggies yesterday. I've got slivers of what's his shit coin there, the Bad Badger token, if anybody wants slivers. So. Yep. And did you end up with a piggy there, Justin? I saw you were trying to make deals there. I couldn't follow all the heavy trading that was going on there, but I saw you were right in the mix. You were mixing it up with the piggy traders. Oh, you're thinking about it. Okay. I think it'd be neat to have, but I haven't prioritized piggy acquisition, Voodoo Piggy acquisition as a thing I need to focus on at the moment. But I don't know, maybe I really need one, but I'm not. That doesn't excite me terribly. Well, I'll see. Maybe I should be. Yeah, what did Bao say? Maybe what if a whale comes along and just picks up? It's like, do we need a Voodoo Piggy whale in the community? what would that accomplish? I'm just trying to mentally map this out. It's like, where would that go? Like, are we trying to drive the price of them up? I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I see it as an investment at this point or not. But it's an interesting concept. So we'll see how that develops. But best of success in your piggy pursuits, piggy acquisitions, hot and heavy piggy trading. But I'm ready to face the day for real. So it's just after 8 o'clock here, I think. Some of my phones update automatically is according to the time, but the other one I don't. I think it's still on Central Time, so it's either 8 or 9 o'clock. It's probably 8 o'clock. So let's do this again soon. If there's anything of note, I'll hop on, do a live stream, and if not, you find more of my travel content, the Travel Tweak Tour, Tweak Fest. What's the name? Travel Tweak Fest 2025 or something. You have an original number 17 Voodoo Piggy. I've lost all the extra, but still have the. So what were the extras? So there was a controversy over the nooses that Freeman is hoarding or something. I'm not. This is just what I'm meaning. I'm not trying to stir up some internet beef with Freeman or something, or trying to besmirch his reputation in any kind of way. But like, what came with the Voodoo Piggy to begin with, like number 17? They didn't have nooses. You got one. I see the RCMP Piggy line is about to launch. Again, not terribly motivated to dive in and secure that acquisition. It's not that I'm looking for the best value, but I'm just curious, like what does a piggy, a newly minted piggy, or complete in the box? What was the accessories like? It's like if I'm buying a Malibu Barbie, I've got the bathing suit, the towel, the beach chair, and all that. Like what comes with a Voodoo Piggy? Just curious. I like to know what's being offered there. And so you've got number 17. That's the only one you got, and you're gonna hold it, I imagine. Who had piggies? Kent had piggies he was offering. Was it Kent Johnson, or was it somebody else? There's piggies out there. I guess Mr. D still has Mr. D, new member at Smurf Watch. Major news. Major breaking news there. You were going to give yours to OPD before I left Utah, but she didn't want to meet up. Well, there you go. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on the Voodoo Piggy situation, but I'm going to actively pursue the hot shower situation. Oh, here we go. There's some trades ramping up here, so we'll let you guys do some wheeling and dealing. I'll finish this smoke. Take another sip of my purified filtered Dr. Pepper. While Max continues to try to nap. Well, there you go. We may have a trade potential here, so it's up to you, Condensed. What else? I'm just trying to think what else on the trip is noteworthy. Haven't seen much piggy action. Where was I? When I was leaving Williston? No, it wasn't Williston. What was the name of that town? Stanley. Yeah, Stanley, North Dakota. There was a piggy sitting in the median. But he was minding. I guess he was trying to mind my business, but I had nothing. I wasn't doing anything to offer him a chance to introduce himself, so, other than just driving around in a weird ass vehicle that probably wasn't expecting. He was probably too shocked to respond. Just flabbergasted. He saw this thing and just started tweaking out and forgot how to drive or something. But yeah, the whole voodoo piggy and the airdrops, that was a little before my time, or not a little before. That was before my time of when I kind of got connected with the La Rata community and the whole BOW live streaming shit show. So maybe I missed out not being there during the launch, but it does make for interesting. I don't know if it's interesting content, but just seeing the excitement generated when Voodoo Piggy discussions come up on Smurf Watch or Clash with Bow. It's fun to see the fervor and the even Bow's getting excited. So that's kind of entertaining for me. So. Just sitting and watching the tweak out unfold. That's what I live for. Seeing the biggest, bestest, baddest tweaks that the internet has to offer. Yeah. So what other tweaks were going on? There was Frauder Troll tweak and some Todd tweaks and yeah, lots of internet YouTube controversy and lots of beefs going on out there. Lots of beefing. The Ryder beef. Oh yeah, we're not even gonna touch that because we hate Ryder. The Ryder DirectD beef. You get him DirectD. You make that. Yeah, DMA. Yeah. You make that Ryder pay for all the shit he's done to you. What has he done to DirectD? I forget. I can't even stand that Ryder because he just sucks. I'm sure it was something really bad. I'm sure it was something like, what was it? He said something on the internet about rough or something. I'm sure it was horrible. And I'm sure that if I was in rough shoes, it would consume all my waking hours as well. I gotta get that Ryder because he sucks. Oh. But yeah, Frauder Troll. I'd like to see him go down. Like the whole premise behind his content is just garbage. I mean, he's free to do it, but it's just garbage. Like it tells me a lot about people that consume that Frauder Troll content. Is like those are the people I want to avoid. You know, yes, identify yourself so that I can avoid you. I guess the trolling potential is there too. Whether it's the Warren Monkdals or others. But that Frauder Troll, there's just a bitterness or a sourness about the whole concept. Oh, watch this. This is hilarious. Watch what these frauditors do. It's like, well, your shtick is not, you know, the people that watch that makes me wonder. You know, like say, it helps me understand human nature, that there's people out there that are interested in that kind of content. But yeah, it would never occur to me to just try to showcase people that are, they're motivated, fighting for freedom. They're trying to show the corruption. They're trying to push back against the system that sucks. And guys like Fraud or Troll are propping up that system and trying to make these, what do you call them, First Amendment auditors or cop watchers, trying to make them out to be bad people. Now there's bad people in the 1A community or cop watch community. There's weirdos out there. But making your whole channel about that, his premise is just, it sucks. But not as much as Ryder. Oh, he sucks. I mean, who sucks more than Ryder? Oh, well, the Japanese, obviously, but we're not going to get started on that. So with that, yeah, if YouTube doesn't take this down over that crack over the Japanese, we'll call this one done. So I'll check in with you guys later. Good luck to you, Justin Garza, in your yeah. If DirectD could raffle off some keister phones, that might be a moneymaker. Forget those smoke kits, those smoke scam kits. But yeah, best of luck in your piggy acquisition pursuits, and we'll catch you on the next one. Get that out of there. Notifications. Okay, be good, everybody.